On Citrus TV News, demonstrations break out after the election of Donald Trump as president, including here at SU.
Police are investigating a shooting that took place at an Oklahoma airport this morning.
And the Speaker of the House has been chosen. All that and more tonight on Citrus TV News, live at 6.
From the Citrus TV studios, this is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Citrus TV News live at 6. I'm Rob Romano.
And I'm Jamie Weiss. It's been 1 month since the officer-involved shooting near the SU campus. That's our top story tonight. New details are emerging in the officer-involved shooting near Walnut Avenue that left one man dead. Today, District Attorney Bill Fitzpatrick said the grand jury cleared the officer, saying he was justified in killing the man. Dashcam video released today shows that when Officer Joseph Morrow walked up to Derek Brown's car after pulling him over late one October night, he saw a gun between his legs.
Fitzpatrick says Morrow asked Brown to raise his hands. Instead, he reached for the gun. The video shows Brown shooting the gun 7 times, none of which hit the officer. The officer fired back, hitting Brown twice and killing him. According to Fitzpatrick, Morrow will return to active police duty tomorrow. And a Syracuse man is in custody related to a shooting in Oswego County. State police arrested Tommy E. Washington yesterday. Police say Washington robbed 22-year-old Ismael Hernandez after he was shot in the chest. After Hernandez was shot, he was taken to Upstate University Hospital. State police are still trying to find out who shot Hernandez.
Also in custody now, the man police say is responsible for sending an Albany man into lockdown. Casual shopping trips turned into a long ordeal at the Crossgates Mall this weekend after police say 20-year-old man Tashim Mayweather fired his gun. Those shots left some mall goers evacuated and others under lockdown for 6 to 7 hours. Police say Mayweather fired shots after an argument with another man. He was identified through surveillance video and eyewitnesses. He's due back in court this Friday, November 18th, and is being held in Albany County Jail without bail.
And a man faces murder charges after police arrested him last night. Police say 24-year-old Award Caballeza is responsible for the murder of a 64-year-old woman. Police found Jessica Nirakubanza suffering from severe head injuries when they arrived on scene last night at around 10:30. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say both she and the man who shot her were new to America, coming from the same region of Africa. This is the 26th homicide of the year in Syracuse, making 2016 the deadliest in the city's history.
SU students took to the quad for a silent demonstration against President-elect Donald Trump. It happened this afternoon, and the demonstration involved allowing participants to write real quotes from Trump on signs. Those who participated hoped that using Trump's words would speak louder than their own. It's in an effort to bring attention to the disappointment since Trump's election.
And the developer of a new student apartment complex on East Genesee Street is trying to save some money. Blue Vista Student Housing Group is trying to get almost $1.5 million in tax exemptions for a proposed building. The breaks would be for sales taxes and construction materials. The Syracuse Industrial Development Agency will have a public hearing related to the tax breaks on December 20th.
And one Syracuse fan tried to fight the green arrow at this weekend's football game. Arrow star Stephen Amell was headbutted by a fan while attending the SU game on Saturday. It was the Canadian actor's 13th year in a row visiting the Carrier Dome with friends from his hometown of Toronto. According to Amell's Instagram, the man came up to him and attacked him out of nowhere, then said he wanted to fight the green arrow. Amell declined by shaking his hand and saying, "No, thank you." Coming up on Citrus TV News, the future of the Electoral College is being questioned.
And the UK is working on their Brexit strategy. Stay with us.
And Syracuse saw quite a nice 50-degree day today, but soon those temperatures will disappear. Now, if we take a look at the quad, and if you were on the quad earlier, winds are light and variable with temperatures dropping just below 50 degrees. But we will be expecting some rain and even some snow. Stick with us to see my 5-day travel forecast for those Thanksgiving plans.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
Get some drinks!
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
Got a quarter?
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News, and shocking news today. Police say at least one person has been shot at Will Rogers Airport in Oklahoma today.
The airport closed and people inside were told to find shelter. Police say it happened outside a parking garage at the airport.
Emergency crews took one person to the hospital. Their status is currently unknown. Police say they're still looking for the shooter.
And a possible second victim. The Oklahoma City Police Department encouraged people on Twitter to stay away from the facility.
And a Democratic senator from California filed legislation today that would get rid of the Electoral College.
Senator Barbara Boxer called the system, quote, outdated and undemocratic. The legislation calls for an amendment to the Constitution.
It's considered a long shot considering the Republicans now control both the House and the Senate.
And speaking of Republicans, Paul Ryan will remain Speaker of the House. Ryan received a unanimous vote from House Republicans today.
That's right. Ryan's chances for re-election were contested in the remaining days before the election. However, Donald Trump's victory secured his position as Speaker of the House.
Most of the Republican House leadership will be maintaining their posts, with only 2 positions open. Ryan spoke about having Republicans back in power earlier today, and he said, quote, "Welcome to the dawn of a new unified Republican government." And he also said it felt good to say that. This will be a government focused on turning President-elect Trump's victory into real progress for the American people. Hope he's right.
Well, according to New York Representatives Chris Collins, more picks for Trump's cabinet could come soon.
As of now, his transition team is working to establish the foundation of a Trump administration.
Dr. Ben Carson's spokesperson says he has apparently declined an offer to be Secretary of Health and Human Services. Instead, he will advise Trump from outside of the White House.
And on the other side of the aisle, House Democrats won't decide their leadership until after Thanksgiving. They made that decision today and will select their new leadership on November 30th.
It's a move that could affect longtime party leader Nancy Pelosi.
And the company behind the Dakota Access Pipeline is taking the case to the federal court.
That's right. The Army Corps of Engineers is seeking permission to finish the $3.8 billion pipeline under Lake Oahe.
The Corps granted the Energy Transfer Partners permits for crossing, but recalled them back in September, saying that further analysis was warranted due to the tribal concerns.
And a guilty verdict for the Georgia man who left his son in a hot car, killing the child. The jury conviction of 35-year-old Justin Ross Harris is guilty of malice and felony murder.
The case garnered national attention after Harris allegedly left his 22-month-old son, Cooper, in a hot car for hours back in the summer of 2014.
Prosecutors say Harris, who was also found having extramarital affairs with a prostitute and a teenager, may have killed his son to escape his responsibilities as a father.
Harris faces sentencing at a later date with the possibility of life in prison.
And according to a report from the FBI, hate crimes against Muslims reached their highest point since the September 11th attacks in 2001.
Overall, hate crime incidents rose 6.7% from 2014, but Muslim-related hate crimes alone jumped up 67%.
The numbers are the highest they've been since 2001, where over 450 attacks against Muslims were carried out.
The report includes numbers from the final 2 months of 2015, which were highlighted by Islamic State terrorist attacks in Paris and San Bernardino.
A new deal will move hundreds of refugees currently being held in Australian detention centers to the United States.
Australian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull said on Sunday they would prioritize women and children in the effort.
That's right, 1,300 refugees are being held in controversial centers in Nauru and Papua New Guinea. The Prime Minister said that this transfer is a one-time deal and will not be repeated.
And a former Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi will be breathing easier tonight after an Egyptian court overturned his death sentence.
Morsi was sentenced to death after taking part in a jailbreak during the 2011 Arab Spring.
Morsi, along with the political side of the Muslim Brotherhood movement, were voted into power in 2012, but were ousted in 2013 during a military coup.
The Muslim Brotherhood movement has since been outlawed in Egypt and has been deemed a terrorist organization.
And the French president has spoken out regarding the election of Donald Trump.
That's right. Francois Hollande urged the United States to follow the Paris Agreement in the UN conference in Morocco.
That's right, Jamie. He also said that France will be leading a dialogue with Trump on the effects of climate change.
Hollande praised Barack Obama's efforts to decrease carbon emissions. The Paris Agreement was formally approved by more than 100 countries.
And the UK government has few plans for Brexit, or so a leaked memo says. The Times published that memo today.
It's written by an external consultant, and it also claims that Brexit will require 30,000 new hirees for support.
Prime Minister Theresa May criticized the report, saying that it was not prepared by the UK government.
The memo's release marks nearly 5 months since the results declared the United Kingdom will leave the European Union.
And all right, Jamie, it's mid-November, but the cold still hasn't set in.
Well, Rob, I'm not complaining, but when are we going to see those cold weather? Nicole Dementri is here in studio to tell us when that winter weather is on its way. Nicole?
Yeah, Jamie, you Texas girl, I know you're not used to seeing weather this warm, especially here in central New York. Normally at this time of year, we're in the low 30s, the low 20s, but right now we're seeing in the 40s. So what are we seeing? Syracuse, 45 degrees, Rochester, 45 degrees as well, and so is Penn Yan. It's just going to be quite the day out there, and it's going to be quite warm. So now moving on to what our future radar is going to look like. Now if we go and we look, if we're looking to the east, we're going to see some showers there, but you are going to see some showers here in Syracuse. Now that's going to move in around 9 p.m. tonight. It's going to leave around 11, and then it's going to come back again tomorrow. So as I mentioned this evening, winds are light. You're going to see that chance of rain, which is 35% between 9 and 11. Then it should be clear. Then it's going to move back into the Wednesday forecast. You're going to see that sun and clouds all the way until 4. Then you're going to see the rain again. It's going to be light winds once again tomorrow. And if we're moving into our travel forecast for Thanksgiving, many of us are traveling either Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. All of those days look clear here in Syracuse, whether you're flying, driving, taking a train, everything looks clear and winds look light. The only slight chance you have is Saturday night. We're expected to see some rain, but if you're flying out anytime before then, you guys should be on time. Now moving into the 5-day forecast, tomorrow, a high of 54 degrees, a low of 42, and then the rain's gonna move out Wednesday night, probably around 11 p.m. as the radar is showing. And Thursday and Friday, it's going to be sunny, as well as Saturday, as I mentioned, for that Thanksgiving forecast. And then, you know, you're going to see some great temperatures on Sunday, but some possibility of snow Sunday night.
Wow, I can't believe we're actually finally hearing snow on the radar. I'm not really looking forward to it, but snow. So, I mean, it's the topic we always seem to come to.
Yeah.
When do you really think that first snowfall is going to officially hit?
Well, if you're still here, I don't know, are either you guys still here on Sunday night?
No.
Oh, be gone.
Well, good, because it's supposed to snow, lake effect snow, Sunday night, Monday into Tuesday. So that Monday morning commute is going to be really, really bad. We're expecting a couple inches, upwards of 6 inches of snow. So we'll just miss that first snowfall, but it'll be here when we come back.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, any idea of, so you're thinking lake effect snow this weekend.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe the snowfall after that, if things will maybe get a little warmer until we really get into winter?
No, actually, it's not supposed to get warmer again all the way until February if we're paying attention to the Farmer's Almanac. So things are going to look pretty cold. We're not going to see those same warm temperatures as we've been experiencing and enjoying. So once it starts, and my famous thing is here in Syracuse is once it starts snowing, it doesn't stop until May. So we're going to definitely see that. But this year it'll stop in February.
Awesome.
Got it.
Thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole. And coming up on Citrus TV News, a new study says certain arthritis drugs are bad for the heart.
And Twitter is trying to fight hate speech. That story and more coming up.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Don't think you know. Know you know.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
And welcome back to Citrus TV News. A new study out of Cleveland suggests that 3 popular arthritis drugs are all equally safe and equally dangerous for the heart. The findings only apply to people taking high doses for a long period of time. Dr. Stephen Nissen, a heart expert who ran the study, says his advice to the public is to take the lowest dose you can for the shortest period you can. Dr. Alan Taylor, chief of cardiology at Georgetown University, notes if your doctor prescribes a drug known as celecoxib, it is probably safe. And recent studies show that depression among young adults has increased in the U.S., especially among girls. Data shows that now 17% of girls experience major depressive episodes while between the ages of 12 to 17 and 18 to 25. The specific increase in girls may be caused by bullying and interpersonal stress, which studies show affects boys less. Despite the rise in depression in young adults, the number for those receiving treatment in the U.S. hasn't changed. And U.S. businesses have hit peak sales for the first time in 3 months. Although the change isn't all that to get excited about, the Commerce Department says the business inventories increased by 0.1% in September, much faster than the gains in August. Sales were also up by 0.7%, the best results since the 1% gain in June. This gain points out that the U.S. economy has been improving since the beginning of 2016. Economists hope to have more solid growth this quarter.
This is something that you're going to want to tweet about. Twitter has taken steps today to combat the rise in hate speech. Users will now be able to filter out posts that are considered hateful. Twitter has also improved its reporting system to make reporting hate speech easier. And on the topic of social media, the popular dating app Tinder has become more inclusive. The updates will allow users to pick from a list of 35 gender identities, including trans man, trans woman, or transgender. Users will be able to pick the gender of those they hope to be matched with. The change coincides with National Transgender Awareness Week. And Apple announced today that they will release a photo book chronicling the last 20 years of Apple designs. The book features 450 photos of Apple products and will be sold in 2 sizes. The prices will range from roughly $200 to $300. And while some Apple fans are excited for the publication, many have criticized the book's high price.
Coming up on sports, Syracuse men's basketball is back in action tonight. Plus, an SU athlete received a huge honor and lots of professional sports. All this and more coming up.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. Gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Don't think you know. Know you know.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Syracuse basketball looks for win number 2 tonight. I'm Eric Simon. After moving up to number 18 in both the AP and coaches poll, the Orange men's basketball team will host the Holy Cross Crusaders tonight. The Crusaders lost their first game of the year to South Carolina, but the Crusaders are a team that made the NCAA tournament last year. After winning the Patriot League tournament, the Orange are coming off a dominant 83-55 victory over Colgate. Tip-off is set for 7 o'clock tonight at the Carrier Dome. And sophomore basketball star Tyler Lydon has been named to the 2017 John R. Wooden Award preseason top 50. The Wooden Award is college basketball's most prestigious award. Lydon is one of 12 ACC players on the list, the most out of any conference. Lydon struggled in the season opener against Colgate, missing all 3 of his three-pointers and scoring just 2 points. And after a monstrous 95-49 win over the Rhode Island Rams, the Syracuse women's basketball team remained at number 14 in both the AP and coaches poll. The Orange also played yesterday, defeating Siena by the score of 102-65. Their next game is on Friday at 7 o'clock at Stony Brook. And after a disappointing 35-20 loss to NC State, the Syracuse football team looks to put that loss behind them and move forward. Coach Dino Baber knows that the next 2 games are going to be very tough for the Orange, but he still believes that there is plenty of competitive football to be played for the Orange.
We're still excited about our 2 opportunities that we have left to finish this season on a high note. We're looking forward to playing Florida State. Excellent football team, outstanding athletes, well coached. We're getting back into the upper echelon of the conference, and it's going to be a very tough task, but we're looking forward to our opportunity against that fine football team.
The Orange host number 18 ranked Seminoles on Saturday at 3:30. Quarterback Eric Dungy is expected to be inactive for the big game. And Syracuse cross-country standout Justin Knight has been named the USTFCCCA Northeast Region Men's Performer of the Year. This is the 2nd consecutive year Knight received the honor. Knight is the first runner to receive the award multiple times for the Orange. Knight and the men's cross-country team look to defend their national championship on Saturday. And the Brooklyn Nets take on the Los Angeles Lakers tonight at the Staples Center. The Nets played the Clippers yesterday at the Staples Center in a 127-95 loss, putting the Nets at 4-6 on the young season. The Lakers are doing surprisingly well in their first season without Kobe Bryant, though, with a record of 6-5 and winning 2 of their last 3 games. Tip-off is set for 10:30. And the 12-4 New York Rangers travel to the Great White North to take on the Vancouver Canucks at the Rogers Arena. The Rangers are red hot, winning 10 of their last 12 games, and are currently in first place in the Metropolitan Division. The Rangers are led by left wing JT Martin, who has 15 points on the season. Puck drops at 10 o'clock. And the Buffalo Sabres head to the Midwest to take on the struggling St. Louis Blues. The Blues have lost 3 in a row and 5 of their last 7. The Sabres are coming off a rough 4-2 loss to the New Jersey Devils and are currently in last place in the Atlantic Division. Both teams will try to end their losing streaks at 8 o'clock at the Scott Trade Center.
All right, Eric, well, you kind of touched on this briefly, but let's talk men's basketball. Tonight is their game against Holy Cross. What are you expecting?
I'm expecting, first of all, a big game from Tyler Lydon. As I mentioned before, he struggled a lot in his first game. I think he's going to want to kind of prove the haters wrong a little bit about, is the hype really too much around him? He's, starting now for the first time. He didn't start last year at all, came off the bench. So I think that'd be a big game from him. Also watch out for freshman Tyus Battle. He also struggled a lot the first game, but there's a lot of hype around him, even saying that he may leave after this year and go to the NBA. So he's going to have to really step up his game before the ACC play comes around.
Definitely. And speaking of stepping up your game, you have the Orange facing off against Florida State this weekend. Do we have a prayer against the Seminoles, Eric?
If Eric Dungy was in, I would say maybe, but the way it looks, it's either going to be Mahoney or Austin Wilson. And as much as I really wish we would get that win, a lot of students are going to be home, so a lot of that student energy isn't going to be in the student section. I don't think it'll be enough to take on Florida State.
All right, well, we'll have to keep posted. Thank you so much, Eric. Coming up on Citrus TV News, political junkie or not, you may have laughed at these memes that are sweeping the nation.
I definitely did. Don't go anywhere.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course.
Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? It may be too late to check when you're on the road. Fortunately, you're on the couch. Don't think you know. Know you know.
Welcome back to Citrus TV News. Our Nicole Dementri is back in studio. What can we expect weather-wise when we wake up tomorrow morning?
Well, if you have that 9 a.m. class, you're thinking 44 degrees. It's going to reach up to 54. I don't know. Do you guys have 9 a.m. classes?
I'll be up at 7.
There you go. So bring that jacket because it's awfully going to be cold.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Thanks, Nicole. Now, it's been a week since Donald Trump won the presidential election.
Yeah, but it's not just the election that's been going viral, Rob.
Check out these memes of President Obama and Joe Biden's relationship.
Now, take a look at this one. Now, the memes poke fun at Trump's election, acting like Biden is upset that Trump won and he's pulling pranks. Rob, have you taken a look at these?
Definitely. They're all over
They're
Facebook.
Everywhere. Every day since the weekend, anytime I've gotten on, I've seen them, but they're hilarious. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Citrus TV News live at 6. I'm Jamie Weiss.
And I'm Rob Romano. Thanks for watching.